Welcome to another edition of the LL Basketball Roundtable, brought to you by Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology. My name is Mike Gross of LNP, LancasterOnline.com, and we're here to talk about high school hoops as we head to the end of the regular season. And we've talked a lot about how sometimes it's been unlucky that we're recording this show on a Tuesday with everything that's happening in high school hoops on Tuesday night. There's never been a better example of that than tonight, because season-altering things are going to occur a couple hours after we record this, but before you watch this. So bear with us on that, and we'll muddle through and kind of preview the postseason, beginning with the Lancaster Lebanon League playoffs, which get underway later this week. To that end, we have with us Jeff Reinhardt, who covers girls basketball for our publications, John Walk, who does the same for boys basketball, and as we always do at the beginning, we visit one of the LL schools. Pequea Valley is in the crosshairs this week.
Yes,
Rhines, tell us more.
Yes, they are. Pequea Valley girls. Kinzers. Tyler and I went to Kinzers to drop in on the Braves. They've been a great story, kind of flown under the radar a little bit. We're always talking about Hempfield and Catholic and Penn Manor and, but Pequea Valley's been great. 2 years removed now from LL Finals. Lost to Lancaster Catholic, but made the league finals, made the state tournament. A couple years removed from that. Young bunch, very young. Play a lot of sophomores, a freshman, Katie Stoltzfus, who's been really good. So Pequea Valley, second place in Section 5. So they'll go to leagues. They'll be in a play-in game on Thursday. The number 3 seed in 3A AAA with a good chance to make states again. I think if they win one district game, they have a really good chance to make the state bracket. So wanted to drop in on Coach Jason McDonald and his Braves. Chatted with Jason, chatted with Sarah Arment, and chatted with Shania Stoltzfus, all things Braves, talking playoff prep, their under the radar season, and state of their program. So let's go to Kinzers for that. Boom.
If you would, pretty please take me back to the first week of December and talk about goals for this crew, because here you are, you're going to make the league, you're going to make the district playoffs. What were your goals back in December?
Our goals were leagues and districts. We had a great summer, thought we could do it, and we came out really slow. And I remember telling everyone, don't worry about it. When Christmas time hits, we're going to hit a stride, and that's basically when we hit our stride. You can see all the work they started putting in, you start seeing it now, and we still have a long ways to go, but they're starting to buy in a lot more, they're believing in themselves, and that was a big thing. We got confidence now.
What do you like about this squad? I think your calling card is kind of like defense, and you guys are scrappy, and you'll score 29 one night, Shania will score 20, Katie will get 16. It just seems like you have really good balance. Yeah. Talk to that and your defense, and what you like about this squad when you're playing well.
I like that we all, the way that we play with each other, we get up on each other, we hold each other accountable, we don't make excuses, we try and say there's always a reason for something, but no matter what happens, it's about how you work and how you pick up yourself from it. And I think that those are big lessons we learned throughout this season. And yeah, we do use our speed and our athletic ability a lot to our advantage. And I like that game. I think that just being scrappy and going hard and just hustling is a really good thing for us, and that really seems to work for us. And when one of us are having a bad night, like you said, another one of us picks it up. They bring the energy, and then it just gets the ball moving, and it just makes our team work how it works.
Now, some of you guys were younger a couple of years ago, but you certainly were aware of that team. Yeah. League finals, states for the first time. Yeah. How exciting was that as a youngster, and now that you're here, getting to maybe do that? Does that drive you? And how is that going to help you, do you suppose, in the next month?
Yeah. Well, I was in 8th grade when they all went really far, and I remember just going to the games, and I would just be watching, and I was like, I would love to do this, when I'm in high school and stuff, and just the bond that, I could see with them on the court, I was just like, oh, I want that so much and stuff. And so I've put in a lot of work over the summer, and the whole team we've all put in so much work and stuff, and we're so excited to be where we are right now, and yeah, we're all really pumped to go to playoffs and see how far it takes us.
Okay, thanks for the hospitality at Pequea Valley this week. Good luck, Braves, in the playoffs. Should be fun. Okay, one last girls item. We had a milestone this week, guys.
Love the milestones.
Love the milestones. Genesis Meadows Jr. Lancaster Country Day hit the 1,000-point mark Monday night. Made my first trip to Veritas Academy out of the CCAC. I've never been over there. Genesis Meadows needed 18 points for 1,000, and she got it in the first half. Poor kid. She got to 16, needed one more bucket, and then she missed like 5 shots in a row. I felt bad for her. I think the pressure got to her a little bit. Got it at the foul line. 2 free throws, which is kind of boring, but 1,000's 1,000.
My sense is that Genesis is not going to stop shooting.
No,
God
she will
love
not. She kept shooting. They wanted her to get it and just kind of get it over with and move on. So needed 18, got the 18 on free throws, and then I don't think she played the rest of the game. So she's on 1,000 points exactly. 5th player in Country Day history with 1,000. All-time leader is at 1,300 points. So Genesis has another year to go. So there's a really good chance that she graduates with their all-time record. Second LL girls player to hit that number this year, Maddie Nyer at Manheim Central. Went over 1,000 back in January for the Barons. 1,000-point news, boys side.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me piggyback on that. Over on the boys side, we had 2 players hit 1,000 career points last week. Manheim Central junior guard Trey Guru becomes the 7th player in program history, first to do it since 2017 when Taylor Funk did so. Funk, by the way, now the 2nd leading scorer senior year at St. Joe's.
Nice.
The other guy, Camden Hurst, scored his 1,000th career point last week, becomes a 5th player in program history. He's also a junior guard. And I kind of want to add on to that since you mentioned, hey, there's a chance Meadows could be the all-time scorer when all's said and done. Hurst could be the same thing at Lancaster Mennonite. As of this recording, he's at 1,027 career points overall. The program leader, Julian Colazzo, had 1,398 points. Hurst still has another full season to go. Meanwhile, you think, okay, what about Grube? Okay, he's right around 1,000. He's got a season left. Well, Taylor Funk had like 1,900 points.
Wow.
So Grube's got some work to do.
Yeah, Funk played for 4 years and was always a big dude, so he could always score it. Yeah.
Keep shooting those threes,
And
Mr.
he's having a
Grube.
good college career at St.
he is.
Joe's, too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, now we go. Now we
go.
really go. Lancaster 11 League playoffs begin this week. Regular season ends tonight, Tuesday. Let's break it all down, Jeffrey.
Okay, girls are kind of cut and dried. Hang with me here. Obviously, there's games Tuesday night. Section 1 over. Champs, Penn Manor Comets. Wow. Clinched it on Saturday. Broke a 47-year drought. First section title for Penn Manor since 1975.
They have really played well since the first couple of weeks of the season,
Oh, big time.
right? I
yeah.
mean, when they beat Hempfield that first time, it was a pretty clear signal to me, and they have followed through.
They have 5 senior starters who've been through a lot, and they have kids at every position. They have
Yep.
a grinder kid on the blocks.
That
they have
happens
shooters.
sometimes, yeah.
Yep, and they play good defense. Penn Manor section champs. Hempfield, 2nd place. Knights had won the last 2 Section 1 titles. They get a 2nd place this year. Section 2, a little messy, but not terrible. Lebanon and Ephrata tied. Ephrata fell out of solo first last week when they lost to Conestoga Valley. Buckskins play Lebanon Tuesday night, looking to throw another monkey wrench in. If Lebanon and Ephrata both win or both lose, they would share Section 2. Lebanon would get the tiebreaker for the playoff seeding based on better record against section opponents. Section 3, tied. LS and Manheim Central split their season series. If they both win or both lose on Tuesday, they will share the title. Manheim Central would own the tiebreaker on District 3 power rating. Barons are number 4 in 5A. So they
And
have a
there's
better
not
rating.
a third team who could get in.
No.
Okay.
No. LS and Central tied.
Okay.
Cut and dried. Section 4, over. Lancaster Catholic is your champ. They'll go for an undefeated ride against Elko on Tuesday night. Elko, 2nd place. Section 5, done. Columbia. Wow. Again, boys and girls tied. What a winner. What a winner for the Tide. Columbia girls clinched outright Monday, beat Lancaster Mennonite. They won it. They'll go for an undefeated season Tuesday against Pequea Valley. Braves finish 2nd. So that's done.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do what you just did for the boys' side.
Yes.
And then we'll get into the actual playoff matchups. And I just want to.
That'll work.
I don't want this to be a seminar. I want this to, So, John, tell us what happened.
luck.
What's happening tonight and who the who the participants are going to be.
Right. By the way, isn't this just a fun time of the year? I don't know if you guys are like me, Jeff, and laying in bed in the middle of the night thinking about section tiebreakers and league playoff scenarios and stuff like that. This is off the top of my brain.
Then you're not
this
like
is how
me,
much that
but
we love it.
I hear you.
All right, boys, section 1. Hempfield has clinched at least a share of the section crown. There's a chance Manheim Township and Cedar Crest could slide in there depending on what happens Tuesday. You'll know the answers to that by the time that you watch this show. Section 2, Warwick is the Section 2 champion, at least the 4th season in a row that they've won or shared a section crown. First time they've done that in consecutive seasons since like late 80s, early 90s. Wow. Okay, runner-up in Section 2 could come down between Lebanon and Elizabethtown. Again, you'll know that by the time that you watch this show, depending on what happens Tuesday night. Section 3, Lampeter Strasburg is again your section champion. They have a big game coming up Wednesday, and then we'll kind of get into some playoff games coming up in the next couple days after that. Section 3 runner-up could come down between Garden Spot, Cocalico, and Manheim Central. We might not know those answers until the end of Wednesday. Cocalico plays its final league game against Catholic Wednesday night. Playoff implications for both teams there. Section 4, Elko has clinched at least a share of the LL Section 4 crown. First section championship for Elko since 1992. It's been 30 years. Last time they did it, Elko coach and Northern Lebanon coach were both, Elko coach Brad Connors, Northern Lebanon coach Chris George were both Raiders teammates at Elko. Nice. Kind of a cool mix there, considering the fact Elko starter Dallas George is the son of Northern Lebanon coach Chris
that's right,
George.
yeah.
So kind of a father-son tie-in there, 30 years apart.
Nice.
And Section 4 runner-up could come down between Lancaster Catholic and Octorara. Again, we'll know those answers by the time that you watch the show. Well, hopefully, I should say. We actually might not, because Catholic's final league game is Wednesday against Cocalico. So if they were to beat Elko on Tuesday, there's some league playoff implications going
that's
there.
right. I forgot about that piece of it. Yeah.
Correct. Section 5, Columbia, second season in a row that they've had a clean sweep of the Section 5 crown. They have now won or shared at least 3 straight section crowns, first time since 1991 that they've done that in 3 consecutive seasons. And the Section 5 runner-up is Lancaster Mennonite. The Blazers lost both league games to Columbia. I was at Monday night's game, which was a good one.
Although surprisingly, Columbia, since last we spoke, got beat by a sub-500 team, York Suburban, in a game that was in the 40s. I think that's just a bad one that they got out of their system, but you're surprised by that, weren't you, John? I surely was.
So Columbia is 19-2 overall. This past Saturday, they go to York Suburban, who I think has lost 5 or 6 games coming into that. Talking to Coach Glover after Monday's win over Mennonite, asking about Suburban, hey, what happened? It was kind of a combination. It's just a Saturday game for high school teams. Sometimes you show up to this, and you're like, oh, it's a Saturday.
They also lost to Executive Education on a Saturday game. Yeah.
And they didn't shoot particularly well, from what I've heard.
That was my guess.
That Suburban sat in a zone, okay, we're going to take advantage of the zone by shooting from the outside, and they kind of settled for too many threes. We've seen teams try to zone Columbia all year to kind of slow them down, and they've been really patient.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought
and
that would work.
That day. Columbia, averaging 71 points per game, held the season low 48 in that loss. But essentially, it means nothing, because they're still number 1 in District 3A. They're going to get that number 1 slot. They've won the Section 5 crown. They had an undefeated league record. So kind of something to learn from and move on. They're not going to face Suburban again, because I think Suburban's a 5A school. So anyways, they bounced back very nicely. They came out hot in Monday's game, and now they're Section 5 champs.
There you go.
Okay, now let's look at the actual matchups when this thing gets underway on Thursday and Friday. I'm not even sure we can meaningfully do this on the boys' side, but I think we can on the girls' side. So, Jeffrey, take it away with who's going to play who when the playoffs start.
If those scenarios that I discussed earlier pan out, this would be the bracket. Thursday play-in games, doubleheader somewhere. We're not sure yet. Maybe Warwick, maybe Garden Spot. We'll know soon. Pequea Valley against LS. Again, and this is if the tiebreakers fall the way we think they will. Pequea Valley would play LS. Elko would play Ephrata. Interesting games. Saturday quarterfinals. Penn Manor would host. They would get the winner of Pequea Valley LS. Interesting. Manheim Central would host. They'd get the winner of Elko Ephrata. These 2 games would just be phenomenal. Just great. Lebanon at Columbia. Wow. Miss Correa and the Draghi twins in the same gym.
Yep.
See you there. Yeah. Hempfield Lancaster Catholic in a rematch of last year's championship game, which Hempfield won in overtime.
And a team that can really defend. So that's a
Yes.
real test, really early in the postseason.
One of them's out
for Lancaster Catholic, and one of them out of the league play.
I mean, that's great. That's an awesome game.
Just to be clear that everybody understands what we're talking about here, 10 teams make the league playoffs.
Yes.
So you have this play-in round, on Thursday, which Jeff was talking about, to get into the quarterfinals. That's sort of the structure of it, if you can picture that in your head as a bracket. All right, John. Make it happen.
All right, so on the boys' side, it is really messy, as you guys kind of said. By the way, that Penn Manor game, Zach Kraft must be updating the brackets as we speak here, the LL basketball chairman, athletic director at Lancaster Country. The Penn Manor game on Saturday is going to be 7 o'clock. So I'll be there helping out, covering girls' stuff. Anyway, on to the boys' side. All right, it's rather messy. As far as Friday night's first round games goes, we have one of the 4 teams set, Lancaster Mennonite being the Section 5 runner-up. The Blazers on Friday night, I'm getting my days mixed up, will play the Section 3 runner-up. Again, as we record this, could be either Garden Spot, Cocalico, or Manheim Central. We'll know that hopefully by the time this recording is, by the time that you guys watch this, I should say. The other game, the Section 2 runner-up, which could be Lebanon or E-Town, against the Section 4 runner-up, which could be Lancaster Catholic, Octorara, or Elko. So again, still a lot to be decided.
And just a little point here. In both cases, this play-in round that is Thursday and Friday is a doubleheader at a neutral site.
Yes.
And then once we get to the quarterfinals, then it'll be higher seed or higher.
Seed.
Yeah.
Semifinals will be neutral next week.
All right, and then as far as Monday's quarterfinals go, the winner of the Lancaster Mennonite Section 3 runner-up game will play at the Section 1 champion, which again could be either Hempfield or Manheim Township. The other quarterfinal, Lampeter Strasburg, the Section 3 champion, would host the winner of the Section 2 runner-up and Section 4 runner-up. The other 2 quarterfinals, the one that we know that I'm most anticipating, Columbia, the Section 5 champion, playing Warwick, the Section 2 champion. That will be at the team with the higher power rating as we record this, so that would be Warwick. And by the way, those 2 teams squared off in the league quarterfinals 2 years ago. Warwick won that one, so Columbia is kind of looking to avenge that. Arguably 2 of the faster teams in the league, and game could be in the 70s on both sides. And finally, the last quarterfinal there would be the Section 4 champion against the Section 1 runner-up, again, still TBD.
Exhale.
Well done.
Yeah, good luck with that.
The Columbia-Warwick game on the boys' side is kind of the equivalent of that Catholic-Hempfield game on the girls' side.
Yeah.
That's an elite game that's being played in the quarterfinals of a league
How
playoff.
about that? I have 3 quick notables, if I may.
Sure.
Speaking of the 1,000-point kids, 2 LL girls are over 900 plus. Senior Kaylee Eckhart at Elko, she's at 937. Elko plays Tuesday against Lancaster Catholic, and an LL playoff game, and that's it. They're not going to make districts, so she's got 2 games to score 53 points to get 1,000. Sadly, she'll be a victim of the COVID
Unless they pull
season.
off an upset.
Yeah. And Jasmine Griffin, the junior at Ephrata, she's around 950. Ephrata plays Tuesday against E-Town. They have a makeup game against Twin Valley on Wednesday. They'll have an LL playoff game.
So they're making districts. Right?
That takes me to
borderline. Okay.
Yeah, takes me to my second notable. 2 things to watch for bubble teams for district, because Saturday night it ends. 6A, Ephrata, Lebanon, Cedar Crest, 3 teams for 1 spot. Lebanon owns it now, with Crest and Ephrata right behind them. So Griffin may only get 3 more games to get 1,000.
This is to be one of the 12 teams that qualifies
Correct.
for the District 3 playoffs in Class 6A.
6A, 5A, Garden Spot. Might have had a season saver on Monday. As of Monday, Garden Spot was number 17 and out, and Sparty Nation beat Elko. So I didn't look today, but they could be like hovering on the 16 line, and Garden Spot has not been in districts in 16 years.
Wow.
And they have, I think, 1 game left. So they're going to need in districts in 16
amazing.
years. Last notable, I had forgotten about this until this week. The District 3 finals are back at Giant Center.
Yeah.
Just the
I
finals.
kind of forgot about that too.
Just the finals, no semis or anything.
That'll be fun.
March 3rd and March 5th, Thursday, Saturday, boys, girls staggered starts. So there's like a Thursday 11 a.m. game at Giant Center.
Well, they're used to
That'll
do
be
that
weird.
in the past.
Yeah, I guess they'll let them out of school and go to the Giant Center for
There
the
you
day.
go. There you go.
Yeah, the 3rd and the 5th of March, District 3 finals, Giant Center. See you there.
All right. Speaking of notables, I guess I'll throw mine in here.
Go.
Lancaster Country Day, senior guard Grant Landis. Career high 42 points.
Woo.
Monday's victory at Pequea Valley is the single game season high for an LL League boys basketball player. I believe that's the highest single game total from an LL hoopster in 2 years. Penn Manor's Ethan Hines did it in 2020. And Grant Landis is now at 901 career points.
Wow.
Next LL player on the radar for getting possibly to 1,000. They have 3 regular season games remaining, at least 2 district playoff games remaining. So there's at least 5 games left. We'll need to average at least 20 a game, at least, just to kind of get there and get close. The other thing I want to mention here, going into Tuesday's games, Lancaster Catholic 17th year coach Joe Clazos currently at 332 career wins.
Wow.
Tied with Warwick coach, former Warwick coach Dave Althouse for 5th most career coaching wins in LL League history.
Nice.
And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Chris George, the Northern Lebanon coach, now at 150 career wins. He picked that up last Tuesday with the upset victory at Elko, one of his.
That was a
former
really good
schools.
win
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
That was a nice win for Northern Lebanon, yeah. We're not going to do where we're going to be this week because there's just not enough videotape on earth for that.
Exactly.
But tonight's a big night in the league. Teams that have had pretty good seasons are going to be done for the year, very possibly tonight. And other things, I mean, there will be clarity by next week. There will be clarity in terms of the league picture and also the district picture going forward. And, hopefully we can make some sense of it. We'll take another shot at it. That's for sure. All right. This has been the LL Basketball Roundtable, brought to you by Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology. Mike Gross for Jeff Reinhardt, John Walk, and the inestimable Tyler Huber. See you later.